You are making a big mistake if you kill all enemies in the compound that come across you when doing the final heist. Instead, you should only kill the enemies which can drop the gate keys, since that is the fastest way you can possibly complete the entire heist. This is one mistake people often make, but you won't anymore. Now here are 11 other mistakes you might be making right now. This mistake is a follow-up from the one we just discussed, which is by not getting the gate keys. Let me show you the best route so you always get the gate keys when playing the Cayo Perico heist. You first want to go right over here up these stairs, and on the right side you will see these two guards. Simply line them up and take them down. Now the next one is right over here, which will be walking at this place. If you still haven't got it, go up these stairs towards the left side, and here you will find a guard in this box. Make sure that you always take him down in this box, and he might drop you the gate keys. Now there are two other spots where you could get the gate keys, which is right over here at this person. And if you still haven't got it, the last possible location to get it is right up here at this guard. Now the next mistake that you might be making is by alerting the entire compound because some bodies have been detected by other guards. Let me show you an example of it. One of the guards we killed in the last tip was right over here in this area. But if you kill this exact same guard when he's standing around this place, you will see that he still might drop you the gate keys, but when his body is laying around this part, the Juggernaut will eventually walk around this part and spot this body underground, which will alert everyone in the compound. There's one more place where this can happen, which is right outside the compound. If you kill this guard which is standing next to this bike, eventually you will see this guard driving towards your direction, where he will spot the dead body of the guard, alerting everyone in the compound. So to avoid this one, when you take out this guard, immediately hop onto his bike, then keep driving straight forward until you see the guard on his car and simply take him down. Now you won't be spotted at all. But if you do get spotted, it's not a big problem. You will eventually see this screen, but the big mistake that people do is that they will choose quick restart. If you choose to restart it directly from here, you will miss out on $50,000 because you can't complete the Elite Challenge anymore. Instead, what you want to do is set the Kosatka as your spawn location in preferences, and now open up your settings, go to online and find a new session. This way you can restart the entire heist and you will still complete the Elite Challenge, getting you $50,000 on normal mode and even an extra $100,000 if you play on hard mode. But now that we're at the planning board, let me show you one other big mistake that a lot of people make when doing the Gather Intel mission. When you started the Gather Intel mission and arrived at the island, you will eventually have to hack into the signal box. Because when you started the Gather Intel mission and arrived at the island, you will have to go towards the communication tower. However, you don't want to walk towards that place or drive with this bike in an extremely slow route. Because if you take this route that I'm showing you right now, you will reach the communication tower the fastest way possible. And it's also very easy. When you're around this place, you have to pay attention to two things. On the right side, you will see this tower where a guard is inside. Make sure that he's looking at the right side and not towards the left side, because at this place we're going to do a wheelie which launches us up in the air and letting us go over the mountain. Now after this, there's one more thing that we have to pay attention to, which are the cars driving on the road. These will be marked with this bigger red dot on your map, and they will also be moving. Just wait for them to pass you and not drive too close to them, because if you're too close to the cars, they might hear the sound of your engine, which will put you back at the start. Now at this place, just keep driving, make sure to avoid any obstacles that might throw you off your bike, and that's it. You're now at the communication tower the fastest way possible, and the last thing that you have to do is hack the signal box. Now that you've completed the Gather Intel, you can start the prep missions. But if you go to the equipment section, you will see that the demolition charges all the way up to the cutting torch will have a message underneath them saying that the prep is mandatory. However, this is actually not true. You actually don't need to do all 4 of these missions. Doing all of them is just a big waste of time. What you want to do is complete the cutting torch prep mission. And now once you go back to the equipment section, you will see that you've completed the cutting torch mission. And now for the demolition charges, it will say that the prep is optional. You never have to do this at all. The only other 2 preps that you have to do for the equipment are the safe code and the fingerprint cloner. But when you're doing the cutting torch prep, when you arrive at the location, you don't want to just run straight in there, since there will be many guards at the construction site. And if you walk into their vision, they will all start shooting at you, which makes grabbing the cutting torch even harder. And when you finally found the cutting torch and are trying to leave the place, there will be enemies and cars spawning on the road, trying to take you down, which just makes this mission harder for no reason. Instead, what you want to do when you arrive at the construction site, land safely over there, and you will see in this corner a yellow helmet which you can take. For some reason you can't instantly pick it up, so you will have to run in a circle, and now you can equip the helmet. If you enter the construction site now, the guards won't even spot you, you're completely invisible to them, so you can look for the cutting torch in peace while no one is hunting you. One other mistake that I see when doing the weapon loadout mission is by doing the Merryweather HQ. The reason why you never want to do the Merryweather HQ is because first of all you need to go all the way towards this place where you will see this Valkyrie. Now the boring part is that you need to follow this helicopter all the way to the destination, but you don't know exactly where it is. And the speed that this pilot is flying at is extremely slow. You can sometimes try to guess the location, but when you arrive there, there will be even more enemies waiting for you, which you will all have to take down. But you're still not done after you've killed all of them, since you now need to enter the Avenger, and inside here there will be even more enemies waiting for you. Take them down as well and run towards the back of the plane where you will collect the weapons. Now jump out of the plane with your parachute and land safely. My character really had to show off by doing a front flip out of nowhere. And be careful when you've landed, because there will be enemies and cars trying to kill you again. But you still have not completed the mission, since you need to go from your location all the way to your Kosetka, and if you don't even own the Oppressor Mark II or the Sparrow, this is going to take an extremely long time. So when you get this mission, always just open up your settings and join a new session. If you get any of the other locations besides the Merryweather HQ, you're good to go. Now another mistake people make when they get one of the other missions is when they arrive at the building, they go to the front of it and start killing the guards over here. However, you will alert all the guards that are outside, which automatically alerts everyone that's inside as well. Instead, you want to go on top of the building and enter in this place, because now no one is alerted and you only have to kill these 4 guards to do this completely solo. And one extra tip, when you're leaving this place, make sure to choose to exit through the roof and not on the ground, since else you will still get spotted. Now when you're up here, make sure to not kill the pilot in the helicopter itself, because if you do that, they will keep respawning, making the chances even bigger of you dying. So instead, you always want to shoot this guy in the back. He will be on the sides of the helicopter trying to kill you. Just take him down and now the helicopter will be flying around you. But since no one is in there now and the pilot itself cannot shoot, you're completely safe. Now when you deliver this weapon and you go back to the planning board, you will see that you've completed the weapon loadout. But another big mistake a lot of people make is by buying the suppressor, which will cost you $5,000. It's not that much that you will have to pay, but the more you play Cayo Perico, the more money you waste on this. Instead, what you should do is just not buy the suppressor, start the final heist, and if you now go to weapon loadout, over here you will see that you can equip the suppressor for completely nothing. It will be 100% free. So make sure to not forget this the next time you're playing Cayo Perico. Now that you've completed the Cayo Perico heist, when you go back to the planning board, you will see in the top left corner saying that Pavel will contact you back when the heist is available again. But you can actually start this heist again without having to wait on the cooldown. You can do this by opening up your settings, go to online, and scroll all the way down to swap character. Over here you will see a new character which you can choose, which will be a level 1 character if you've never done this before. But the great thing is, the money that you have on your current account will also be shared with this new account, allowing you to instantly buy the Kosetka again. Now you can switch to this character and complete the Cayo Perico heist again and earn even more money. But of course, doing the Cayo Perico heist the second time on this account won't take you the full 144-minute cooldown. So instead, in this video, I show you the other 7 best money methods that you can do completely solo, which you should definitely try.